Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. So yeah, we're going to talk about everything that's happened this week, what to keep an eye on, even my top picks of comics. But if I can please ask you guys to remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, because as always, I love hearing your thoughts, what you think. Keep me honest, I guess. If there's something you don't agree with that I'm saying, then please tell me. Tell your friends. Yeah, hopefully this will be an awesome show for everyone to watch. Yeah, please remember to watch till the end for a sneaky little surprise. So it seems like Comic Cons are full of drama these days, and we had New York Comic Con this past week, and it was pretty savage. I mean, apparently there were fistfights. 2 people unfortunately died. No, not as part of the fights, but a cosplayer who had a stroke and a heart attack at the top of an escalator, and another person who was outside. We had Peach Momoko, who left her signing as people tried to take advantage of her generosity. And Ryan Stegman was so shocked and appalled at seeing, well, rats the first day, huge rats that scared him, and then someone shoot up in front of him in broad daylight. So the drug epidemic in the States are like it's a problem at the moment. Okay, but we're not going to get into all of that. This week was great in terms of content because we saw the finale of She-Hulk, Lord of the Rings, and the Werewolf by Night special. So there was some really good viewing, and it seems like we're going back to that pre-pandemic like standard of lots of content coming out constantly. So I'd love to know what you thought. Like, did you enjoy it? I'm not going to give away any spoilers because I'm guessing some of you might not have watched all of them yet, and you might be catching up. But I loved it. So what I can tell you though is that She-Hulk is getting a season 2. Good Omens, so I don't know if you remember that show, but it's also getting a season 2. I'm really excited for season 4 of Titans. That's going to premiere on November 3rd, and it looks like the villain of this season is going to be Brother Blood. And then season 4 of Doom Patrol is also coming out, and Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. So that's already been given season 2, but season 1 is only going to air in February of 2023. So everyone's expecting big things for this one. The He-Man live-action movie starts filming in Vancouver and Prague in April 2023. So Kyle Allen, who plays He-Man, spoke about his routine and that he trains for about 6 hours a day and has to eat 4,000 calories. Sounds like a dream to me, but I'm excited to see what they do with it because I love the original with Dolph Lundgren and Courtney Cox. Unfortunately, the post-credit scene for the new Black Adam movie has been leaked online, where we saw what everyone was speculating on. A certain Witcher in his red and blue costume makes an appearance. I don't like seeing these. I'd rather have it be rumors and speculation up to a point. But when we have leaks like this, it almost ruins what you're waiting for. Speaking of unfortunate events, Ezra Miller has returned for Flash with reshoots after an apology to Warner Brothers. Not even going to touch that. We'll just leave that alone. Transformers, they've added Pete Davidson and Michelle Yeoh to cast in Transformers The Rise of the Beast. Now, this is interesting because we've already seen our first images of Matilda Lutz as Red Sonja, and this could be fantastic IP to develop. I mean, we now have the right CGI ability to watch her cut the head off like a giant snake. So if that's done right, count me in. In comics, I'll get to my comics just now, but we are seeing Steve Rogers' adopted son. So if you've been following, that's Ian Zola. So Arnim Zola's son that he found as a baby in a test tube, but He's going to become the new Nomad in Captain America Cold War. It's an interesting take, but I'll put up a picture of Bucky. He looks like a samurai with a man bun. Now, to keep it nice and short, I thought I'm going to show you 3 big picks of comics and then 3 smaller keys that I think you should keep your eye out for. So the first one would be this Edge of Spider-Verse 2, the Greg Land variant. If you can get your hands on this, this has only seen huge price increases. Fantastic Four 52, the first appearance of Black Panther. Oh, this is the first appearance of Spider-Gwen in Edge of Spider-Verse 2. First appearance of Black Panther, especially with the movie, and we're seeing he's going to be a recurring character, or the whole of Wakanda, whether they develop Okoye or whether it's Shuri or M'Baku, the Black Panther character is going to stay in the MCU for many years to come. And then this one, NYX3. This is the first appearance of Laura Kinney, or X-23, and the reason why I think this is going to go up is because with Wolverine now being introduced into the Deadpool movie, I think this is the perfect opening to see Laura Kinney. So all those books are already big books. So I think they can only go up. But now, so you'll have to spend a couple of bucks on these. What you could still find cheap if you're lucky, and I think they're way underpriced. We saw Man-Thing in the new Werewolf by Night special. But this is actually the first appearance of Howard the Duck. Now, the rumors talk about him getting his own special, like Werewolf by Night. But this is Adventure into Fear issue 19. Great book to pick up, still relatively cheap in the market. I can see that going up. Alias 1, another cheap book, but it's the first appearance of Jessica Jones. And I know she's had her 5 minutes in the sun. Prices have come back down on this book. And I think before she's introduced again, it's a good one to grab if you can. And then this is the first appearance of Elektra. Now, I've got a few copies of this. Actually, all of these, I've tried to buy extra copies because I don't think they've ever really done her justice. There was the Jennifer Garner version, but I don't think Elektra we've seen, like, she hasn't hit her glass ceiling and what she's really capable of. So with the female forward agenda that we're seeing, I think this is a really good book to go for. So Daredevil 168. So those are my comic picks. I'm going to try and give you a few comic book picks each week and then do a quick statue review. So if you remember, last week I spoke about the Kotobukiya Fine Arts Wolverine. Now this is the next one in the series. And because we now have Hulk and Abomination, you can see that the style is very similar in terms of too much muscular development and too many veins everywhere. What I don't like about this statue is the base. It's very plain. It's not a lot of details gone into. It doesn't really look like a truck. It looks like a piece of metal that's squashed. So you can see less time. You can't have a very detailed statue like this of Abomination and then have almost a blurred background for the base, where I think because this was such an old statue, it was progressive in terms of the detail on the characters, but in terms of the base, it's very plain and not great really. So the paintwork also on the base and what he's holding in his hand, nothing fantastic. But I do love the way they've done the muscle structure in both characters. So Abomination versus Hulk, they came as two separate pieces. So they are, and they do join together. It doesn't look great if you can see Abomination's face, because you can never see both faces in a display. But this is a nice one to have if you're like me and completely OCD and must have all of the statues in a line, like the Koto Fine Arts. Then hey, I had to get it. So, guys, thanks so much for joining me. It's about 10 minutes, and have a great week. See you back next week. Catch you in the side of flipping. Wait, I told you to hang around till the end for a sneaky little surprise. So, if you tell me who your favorite character is and drop a comment down below, make sure you're subscribed and tell me who your favorite character is. I'm going to pick one person at random who's going to win a little giveaway. Because this is a thank you. We've now reached 100 members, and yeah, we're going to celebrate every single milestone. So thanks for being part of the group. Tell me who your favorite hero is, at least what you've enjoyed, and someone's going to win something very cool. Thanks again, guys. Cheers.